This diffusion exercise can be used to decrease the impact of a painful thought, image, or memory. I encourage you to choose a thought that is particularly unhelpful in helping you live by your values. Oftentimes, these thoughts sound like I am blank or I am not blank, and so forth. Choose a thought that evokes emotions in you. Start by closing your eyes and taking 2 to 3 deep inhales and exhales in and out of your nose. Now, take the next minute to take inventory of where your body is at today, starting at the top of your head, noticing what sensations are present, and slowly moving down to your neck, to your shoulders, paying a close attention to your chest and your stomach. Noticing what muscles and sensations you can feel in your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands and your fingers. Notice what sensations you feel in your hips and your bottom, your upper legs and your knees. What's present in your lower legs, your feet and your toes. And now that you're aware of where your body's at today, start by bringing up this unhelpful thought. Bring it up in your mind and notice what happens internally. What parts of your body respond? How do they respond? You might put this thought written on the cover of a book or written on the chalkboard in front of you. Just really see and be with this thought. Can you name any emotions that are arising? What images and memories come up with this thought? How is your body responding to this thought? Is there tightness or tension? Are there temperature changes? And if your mind wanders, just notice that it's wandered. Come back and just sit and be with this thought. Once you've taken inventory of how your body is responding, gently let that thought go. Let it drift away. And do so by returning your focus to your inhale and your exhale. Notice what it's like for air to enter in through your nostrils and travel down the back of your throat, filling your lungs, your chest expanding, and your chest falling as air travels back up the back of your throat and out your nose again. And if your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to your inhale and your exhale. Now, when you bring up this thought again, add the words, I'm telling myself the story, blank. I'm telling myself the story. And add the thought you had before. It might sound like, I'm telling myself the story that I am a failure. I'm telling myself the story I am not enough. Whatever your thought was before, just add the words, I'm telling myself the story. Again, you might imagine that this is a storybook that's sitting in front of you. Maybe it's called the failure story, the not enough story. And in its pages and in its chapters are images and memories from your past that hold evidence for this story, even though it's a fictitious story, an unhelpful story. I'm telling myself the story, blank. Notice how your body responds this time. Notice what's present or absent from the last exercise. Can you label what emotions come up? I'm telling myself the story, blank. How is your body responding or not responding as compared to the last time? Are there still areas of tension or tightness? Are there still temperature changes? And if so, that's okay. And if not, that's okay too. Now allow this thought also to drift away, perhaps placing it on a leaf, letting it flow down the stream. If it was on a book, perhaps you put the book back on a shelf. Return your focus to your inhale and your exhale. Take 2 to 3 last inhales and exhales, filling your lungs slowly and exhaling slowly. And as you wrap up, you might consider spending some time processing the differences between the first exercise and the second exercise, either by writing or journaling, perhaps sharing these. What you might have noticed was a difference between the first and second exercise and the way your body responds when you are fused with a thought or image or memory, and when you are defused, when you've created distance by reminding yourself that these unhelpful thoughts are stories that your mind is telling you. When you are ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room.